So let's just get a quick review of graphing. So when we graph, it's on a grid. It can be called the Cartesian coordinate system or the rectangular coordinate system. When we label a point, it has an x component and a y component. X tells us how we move horizontally, so left and right. And then we have a y coordinate, which tells us how we move vertically, so up and down. And when we start graphing, we kind of start at this point 0, 0, and that's known as the origin. So a Cartesian coordinate system looks like this, without all the dots on there. So we have our x-axis, which goes horizontally, y-axis, which goes vertically. To the right of the y-axis, when we label x, those are positive values. When we go to the left, it's negative. From the x-axis, if we go along the y-axis up, that's considered positive. Down is negative. So we have this positive and negative relationship with directions. So positive will lead to moving to the right or moving up, and negative will link to moving down or to the left. So let's label these coordinates. I'm just going to start in the middle and kind of work my way out. So I can see I have my point right here labeled, and that's the origin. So that's going to be the coordinate 0, 0. I'm just going to label that right there. So 0, 0 is when we don't move anywhere. Let's look at this point that is up here. So what I'm going to do is, I imagine I start at the origin here, and the idea is that, okay, thinking about left and right, I don't need to move left or right at all, so I'm not doing anything with x. The only thing I need to do is move up 4 spaces. So in terms of an xy coordinate, we're not doing anything with x, so that'll still be 0. Since we moved up 4, that'll give us a positive 4 for y. How about over here at that negative 5? Now in this case, if I imagine I'm starting there at the origin, this is the idea of moving to the left 5 spaces. So I'm moving to a negative 5. And then in terms of up or down, we're not moving anywhere. So y isn't doing anything. So this would be x is negative 5 and y would be 0. All right, how about down here to the right? So imagine I'm standing there at the origin. What I need to do is move to the right 4 spaces. So that's what I'm doing for x, is I'm moving to a positive 2 for x. And then for y, we're moving down 1, which is a negative 1. So for this coordinate, x is going to be 2, y is negative 1. Let's go out to this point. So to get there, we would need to move to the right 6 spaces. So that would give me my x coordinate of 6. And then in terms of up and down, I would need to move up 2 spaces, which takes us to a positive 2 for y. And out here, you can see we have this positive 9. So I would be moving to the right 9 spaces. And in terms of up and down, we're not moving anywhere, so there's nothing for y. So x is going to be 9. Y will be 0. Let's see what we have down here. So to get to this lower right point, what we would need to do is go to the right 8 spaces and then down 7 spaces. So for x, we get a positive 8, for y, a negative 7. Now for this point along the y-axis, what we'll see is we're moving down 7 spaces, so we're at y equals negative 7. We didn't need to move to the left or right at all, so x is going to be 0. So this is a 0, negative 7. All right, to the left here, let's start down at this point. So I would move to the left 5 spaces, so for x, we'll have a negative 5. And then I need to move down 6 spaces for y is negative 6. So x is negative 5, y is negative 6. Then for this coordinate over here, moving to the left 8 spaces and down 2. So for x, we'll have a negative 8, for y, a negative 2. And let's see what others we have up here. All right, out here, we are looking at a -7 for x, so we had to move to the left 7 spaces, and then we're going up 3, so y will be a +3. So x is -7, y is +3. And then up here, we're moving to the left 4 spaces, and then up 8, so x will be the -4, and y will be the 8. And one more coordinate way up here. So in terms of left and right, we would move to the right 1, so x is going to be +1, and then we need to move up 9, so y will be +9. So that's how we can plot coordinates within our Cartesian coordinate system.